there, I'm Bekah, the editor-in-chief at Babylist, and I'm here to talk to you about Willow, a totally new breast pump. The word game changer is tossed around a ton, but this product really has changed the game of breast pumps. The Willow is a wearable pump. This is the whole thing. No dangling tubes or bottles. You can pop it in your shirt and pump wherever you are, putting your toddler to sleep, on an airplane, even at your desk. Maybe I'm pumping right now. I'm not pumping right now. However, because of its unusual design, it doesn't have some really important features that pumping moms are used to, like pumping right into bottles or easy pour bags or checking your latch by hand. With my first baby, I used the bare bones pump that my insurance gave me. Like most traditional pumps, it was loud, inconvenient, and uncomfortable, but it was free. I didn't have problems with supplier pumping, so I decided not to shell out for a higher end pump. But a ton has changed in the last 3 years. With my old pump, I kind of felt like a cow, not in a bad way, more like this machine is not designed for a person kind of way. Newer pumps like the Willow rethought pumping from the ground up, and it really shows. This feels like a medical device to me, not a piece of farm equipment. With my second baby, I went back to work when he was 3 months old, and I plan to pump till he's a year. Considering I'm pumping 2 to 3 times a day, 5 days a week, I will be spending a ton of time with my pump, which is one reason why it's a really important decision. It also feels like more of a decision for me and not a decision for the baby. He won't be using it. So what's important about the Willow? Like I said, this is the whole thing. Both sides are battery powered. The charge lasts 2 to 3 pumping sessions, so I charge it once a day. You have to use the pump with the Willow app because it shows how much you're pumping in real time. Unlike traditional pumps, you can't just look down and see how much of a bottle you're filling. But there are only 2 parts to clean. And like most pumps out there, the parts are dishwasher safe. The flex tube and the flange. It also comes with custom brushes specifically to clean them. The standard size is 24mm flange, but they also sell a 27mm flange. Another thing is that it's super quiet. It makes these small gulping noises with a subtle noise every time it discharges some milk into the bags. Since it's all powered by software, I found these small touches really nice. They help me understand where I'm at in my pumping session without being too distracting if I'm actually on a conference call. And I felt like someone really thought about what a mom needs to pump well. They also offer one-on-one coaching as an added bonus. The person I was in touch with texted me the week I got back to work to see how things were going. Back to the pump itself. It comes with these custom bags that are shaped like a donut. They hold up to 4 ounces of milk, and this is what you're pumping into when you start the pump. So how does it work? You pop the flex tube into the flange. Slide this piece in here, and then the milk bag goes right over. This has a little one-way valve so the milk goes through but doesn't come back out. And the bag tucks in to the flange, and then the whole thing pops onto the actual pump. You put the whole thing in your bra and you press start at the top. The milk pumps directly into the bags and you can track how much milk you're pumping in the app. When you're done, you have to do this thing called flip to finish. So you've been watching in your app and you see that you're now at 3.5 ounces. You can detach it, press play pause again, and then you rotate it, the flip, until the Willow logo can be under your thumb, and then you rotate it around, which pushes the milk from the flex tube into the bag. You do 360 all the way down. And if you think a little bit of milk might be left in there, you can do a little peek. And if there's tons of milk left in the flex tube, you can flip to finish again. Press play and do the whole thing all the way around. Once there's no more milk in the flex tube, you detach it up here, and you can put the whole thing right in the freezer. The flip to finish has been a little bit tricky for me. I sometimes lose a few drops that are still stuck in the flange, and I've taken to doing it over a container to save that a little bit extra pumped milk. After I'm done, I label the bag with the date and volume and put it into my cooler bag, or if I'm at home, I pop it right in my freezer. When I get home at night, I take it out of my cooler bag and put it in my freezer in date order so my husband or nanny can grab the oldest one first. A couple of things to consider about the Willow. One of the major cons for me is cutting the bag to transfer it into the bottle. Though it has a cut mark here, when we've tried pouring it from here, we sometimes spill. The pour's not easy and the milk can get spilled, which is really disappointing. I've taken to cutting the side and pouring it into a Pyrex and then pouring it into the bottle, which is definitely not ideal. With my other pump, the milk went straight into easy pour bags that made bottle assembly really straightforward. With the Willow, I save time since pumping is easier, but it's more time consuming for the caretaker on the other end. And the major drawback is that I don't get as much milk with the Willow as I do with my hospital grade pump, which is super bulky. So right now, I'm pumping with my traditional pump at work during the day and using my Willow on the drive home or over the weekends. Also, the Willow only offers 24 and 27 millimeter flanges, while other breast pumps have as many as 5 flange sizes to choose from. Because of the limited selection, it might just not work out for you, and you won't know until you're actually trying on the flange size. To sum it up, the Willow is a great all-in-one mobile breast pump. It's app connected and super easy to use, but there's a learning curve for the user and the caretakers. It's a great option for the busy mom who needs pumping to be the easiest thing that she does all day. Check out the Babylist series of breast pumps to make the right choice for your pumping goals. Thanks so much for watching.